Hello, Bennies and Johnnies. I'm Ben Bugby.
And I'm Rhea Murphy. Welcome back to Johnnie Bennie Campus News, your go-to channel for updates on campus life and events.
Now, let's get into this week's stories. We start this week with some very exciting breaking news out of the McCarthy Center, where we'll be hosting the Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, the Honorable Philip Brave Davis, who will enlighten us all, free of charge, with a lecture.
The lecture will cover the long-standing relationship between CSB, SJU, and the Bahamas, climate change, economics, as well as other challenges related to the Bahamas. The lecture will take place at 7:30 on Monday, November 20th in the Stephen B. Humphrey Theater at St. John's University.
Despite Bennies and Johnnies enjoying a relaxing long weekend, campus has been busy this week as students return from break.
This week, on Wednesday, St. Ben's hosted their Give CSB Day to raise funds for various departments, where they raised an astounding total of $586,798.
You go, Bennies. Also this week, Bennies and Johnnies will be celebrating Bennie and Johnnie Day with their days on Thursday and Friday.
The days are for the students to get excited about school pride and acknowledge how special it is to be a part of the CSB SJU community.
On Monday of this week, Johnnie athletes, faculty, and staff, along with other volunteers of clubs, came together to raise the dome on the SJU football field. During the winter, the dome is open as an indoor recreational space for all SJU sports teams. In other news, our CSB SJU nutrition clubs and nutrition department invites you to celebrate the fall season, as well as the upcoming season of course registration at Pumpkins with the Profs on Wednesday, October 18th from 7 to 8:30 p.m. in the Ardolph 131. Come by to paint a pumpkin, eat some food, and ask any question you have about nutrition courses, the minor or major. All students are welcome and no registration is required.
As a reminder, Dr. Cheryl Holder, MD, will host the keynote portion of our annual Peace Studies Conference. The keynote will focus on issues surrounding climate change, health, and equity. The conference will be held from 7 to 8:15 p.m. next Monday, October 16th, in the Pellegrin Auditorium at SJU.
Also happening next week is the Academic Exploration Fair, which will be held on Tuesday, October 17th from 2 to 5 p.m. in Upper Gretzky at CSB. Students will have the opportunity to meet and network with academic representatives from their major and minor departments, as well as pre-professional programs and other academic departments.
This week kicks off our 2023 homecoming on Saturday, October 14th. Everyone is welcome to join the festivities at 8:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. for Johnnie football tailgate at SJU Athletic Fields parking lot. Remember to pack a light and bring refreshments for this exciting event.
Former students turned alumni Paul Bernabe, Tim DeMotte, and Don Orth will be doing a book signing in the SJU bookstore from 10:30 to 12 p.m. Saturday for books such as St. John's University basketball, Building a Tradition of Team, Everyday Dad, a memoir about single parenting, and Prairie Amour, a love story from the prairie.
At 11 a.m., our SJU rugby team will face off against Minnesota State, Mankato, while at 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., St. John's Woodworking will have an open house hosted by Father Lou Grobe, during which Father Jerome Tupa will have a studio open house on the upper level of the new workshop. CSB Volleyball will be facing off the Wisconsin River Falls at 12:30 p.m.
St. John's will have a Bible Gallery open house at Elkwin Library. And starting at 1 p.m., SJU football will face off against Carleton. And at 2:30 to 5, we will be having a family-friendly homecoming celebration in front of the quad at SJU.
At 4:15, Mass at St. John's Abbey and University Church. 5 p.m., J Club Hall Honor of Banquet will be held in the Guild Hall at SJU for $75 per person, but will soon be $100 after October 8th, during which at 5:30 p.m., CSB Volleyball will clash with the University of Minnesota Morris.
And now over to Landon Monio with the Johnnie Bennie Weather Report.
Thanks, Ben, and welcome back to the Johnnie Bennie Weather Report. I'm Landon Monio, your weather reporter. It looks like it's officially fall here on campus as temperatures finally dip back into our usual brisk Minnesota fall days. Taking a look at our weather here in Collegeville for the rest of the week and into this weekend, expect more fall weather with Friday seeing highs in the mid to low 40s with rainy weather all day. Friday will be breezy with a northeast wind of 20 to 25 miles per hour, gusting as high as 40 miles per hour. Saturday and Sunday look beautiful with highs in the low 50s with partly sunny skies. Winds should be calm this weekend with predicted speeds of 5 to 10 miles per hour on Saturday and Sunday. And that's all for Johnnie Bennie Weather Report. See you next week.
Thanks to Landon Monio for his coverage on the weather.
Now over to our sports reporters, Brenny and the Tom, who just Brenny is going to be in for this week with sports.
Thanks, Ben. I'm Brennan Amaris, and welcome to this week's Sports Roundup. It was a relatively successful week for both Johnnie and Bennie sports. We'll first look at Bennie Volleyball, who remained undefeated in the MIAC as they swept McAllister for their 6th straight win. Junior Audrey Spoladoro tallied her 31st career double-double, and freshman Callie Jones had 10 kills on 23 attacks to lead the Bennies to the 3-0 sweep in St. Paul. Mackenzie McDonald recorded a team-high 19 digs as she reached double digits for the 16th time in 17 games. Best of luck to the Bennies as they host a tournament this Saturday versus University of Wisconsin River Falls and Minnesota Morris. Bennie Golf placed 5th at the MIAC Championship at the Royal Golf Course in Lake Elmo this past weekend. Emily Renner finished 8th, shooting one of the lowest individual scores of the tournament, earning her all-championship team honors. Renner will earn her 4th straight All-MIAC honor this coming spring. Congrats to all the Bennie golfers on a fun season. Bennie Soccer played against Concordia Moorhead yesterday and were able to secure a 2-0 shutout. The Bennies were scoreless in the first half, but senior defender Abby Willenbring scored her 6th goal of the season in the 58th minute. 7 minutes later, junior Allie Voss netted her 4th goal of the season, giving the Bennies a 2-0 lead. Good luck to the Bennies as they travel to Bethel this Saturday, October 14th at 3:30 p.m. Now on to Johnnie Soccer, who battled Concordia to a 1-1 draw Wednesday in Collegeville. The Johnnies conceded early after goalkeeper Evan Siefkin made a rare mistake at the back, passing it directly to Concordia striker Kai Black, who finished the easy chance. Siefkin recovered with 6 saves throughout the rest of the game. It looked like Concordia were going to get their first victory in Collegeville since 2001, but the opportunity slipped away after an awkward own goal from a Cobra defender in the 87th minute. The now 5-3-4 Johnnies face a struggling Bethel side at 1 p.m. Saturday away in Arden Hills. Johnnie Cross Country finished 20th out of 38 teams at the Dickinson Pre-National Meet in Newville, Pennsylvania this past weekend. The meet was at Big Spring High School, which will also serve as the site of the NCAA Division III National Championships. Senior Lloyd Young finished 21st out of 377 runners with a time of 25 minutes and 25 seconds. The Johnnie Cross Country team leaves the state once again for the Jim Drew Invitational in West Salem, Wisconsin this weekend. Johnnie Football beat Concordia last Saturday 42-23 to move to 4-1 on the season and 3-0 in the MIAC. The Johnnies pulled away in the 4th quarter, powered by a record-breaking performance from quarterback Aaron Severson on a cold, chilly day in Collegeville. The senior from Minnetonka completed 44 of his 60 attempts, passing for 498 yards and 5 touchdowns. Severson broke both St. John's passing attempts and completions records, and also moved to 4th all-time in passing yards in the SJU record books. The defense stepped up too, sacking Concordia quarterback Cooper Mattern, who's a transfer from St. John's, 9 times. The Johnnies look to carry the momentum into this homecoming weekend's matchup versus the undefeated Carleton Knights at 1 p.m. in Clements Stadium. We welcome back senior cornerback Hillary McCory for this week's Touchdown Talk with Hillary. Welcome back, Hillary. How are we doing today?
You know, I'm doing pretty good. Got my coffee right here, so I'm pretty blessed.
Love to see it. Big win last week.
Yes,
the
sir.
team was really firing on all cylinders out there. It really seems like everything is coming together at the right time. Why do you think that is?
We put an emphasis on getting better each and every week. So That means moving the chain, running the ball pretty good, throwing the ball pretty accurately. On the defense side, tackle low, get into the right gaps, and no-fly zone.
Quarterback Aaron Severson had a record-breaking performance last weekend. He's really been on one lately. How has his experience and leadership impacted the team?
Especially this year, he's been very vocal. I think that's really affected onto our team. Obviously, you can see from this past couple of weeks that we've actually improved as a team overall. But I also want to give a shout out to the other leaders like Troy Fatima, Joe Yager, Nick Van Nerp. Even on the defensive side, you have Ethan Stark, Eric Bjork, Zach Frank. And I think as we rally towards those leaders, we've come closer to the team, and we're really excited to see where we can be this weekend and so on.
Can never have enough leaders on a team. Carleton, your opponent this weekend, is having their best start to a season in years, undefeated at the top of the MIAC right now. With that in mind, how has the team been preparing for the undefeated Knights?
We know that they're a team that like to throw the ball. They like to have a quick, short game. If you guys know from watching the previous games, 2 weeks ago they threw the ball 77 times. So we know they're not afraid to throw the ball as much as they need to. But even with that case, we know that we can always stop the run game. We can also stop the passing game as well because we have the players in the right places. So we're not too scared to be aggressive in that aspect. And I think if we just keep playing with our confidence and keep playing the way we are, I think it'll be okay.
Yeah, hopefully you can give them the first loss of their season. I've heard there's one special announcement the team wants everyone to know about this special weekend. Care to tell us about it?
So this weekend is Tackle Cancer Weekend. So if you'd like to help support tackling cancer, you can go onto Twitter and go to Johnnie Football. You see a link where you can Venmo, or you can also go to gojohnnies.com website. Anything helps.
Yeah, we'll make sure to put that link in the description of this video. Well, that'll wrap up this week's Touchdown Talk with Hillary. As always, thanks for joining us, Hill, and good luck this weekend.
Appreciate it.
That will conclude this week's Sports Roundup. As always, thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.
Thanks as always, Brendan, for your phenomenal coverage of Johnnie Bennie Sports.
That's all for this week's episode of Johnnie Bennie News.
Thank you so much for watching, and be sure to tune in next week for all of your campus updates on news and events. We appreciate your support, and make sure to tell your friends to tune in for their CSB and SJU news. As always, I'm Ben Bugby.
And I'm Rhea Murphy.
We'll see you next week, and have a phenomenal homecoming weekend.